Hi, we're HappilyEverHanks, and today we're bringing you a little bit about RV living. RV life is an art, and we are the artists. What are we doing?
All right, but on a serious note,
We're bringing you the best 10 essential RV items. You're gonna wanna stick around because we're saving the best for last.
so we're gonna kick it off and just go right into item number 1.
All right, we're talking about tip number 1. First thing I want to talk about is the VIAIR pump. When you need air the most on the road, you can rely on this guy to be available whenever you need it. The VIAIR is an air compressor that hooks up to a 12-volt battery and produces air on demand, which is so fantastic. Because if you ever run into a situation where you need air very quickly, low air pressure, it's always nice to have a backup resource that is at your hands, readily available to fill up your tires. The VIAIR pump is so beneficial. VIAIR has to be one of my favorite additions to my tool collection. So fantastic to have air readily available whenever you need it, especially when your tires are so reliant upon constant checking and monitoring while on the road. It is super reliable, very well built, and it comes with an entire carrying case that has additional extensions. It comes with the whole package. You guys will love it.
Guys, you remember this from our newbie RV tips video. It is a tool that allows me to really quick measure our slide outs. What it has is each slide out measured all the way down. So you would put this against the RV, measure each slide out, and that way, when you get to the RV site, you don't have to try to find the measuring tape, you don't have to try to estimate, and then you don't have to keep putting your slides in and out to measure. But most importantly, if you're in a tight spot, you will now be able to get really, really close to trees and really close to the electrical box. For not an expensive price, I think this tool is very awesome.
All right, so the third thing we want to bring you that we think is a sweet item to have is a water pressure regulator. And you might be asking yourself, why does that matter? You have to do your research and figure out what the maximum PSI for your rig is. So that's where this tool comes into play. With the water pressure regulator, especially this model, you can use a flathead screwdriver to adjust accordingly to your manual, and you can adjust it to the very possible maximum potential so you get all the water pressure you can out of your system.
All right, so item number 4 is an Anderson leveler. So what this thing does is it helps you prop up one side of your RV when you are at a site that is very unlevel. You end up backing or driving forward onto these Anderson levelers, and then you use the small chalk to stick underneath when you have your appropriate height. These things can really get your RV back to a level position when you are at a site that is very, very unlevel. So we love having this. I know you're thinking, Renee, doesn't your fifth wheel have auto level? Yes, it does. But if the RV is super, super unlevel from left to right, then the auto level will actually start to have error codes. So the auto level can only compensate for so much. No matter what kind of RV you have, I would invest in the Anderson levelers. You can get them off Amazon. I don't believe they're very expensive. We will place a link in the description for these items so that you can have easy access to buying them. I highly recommend it. I consider it a very essential item.
Number 5, we're talking about an electrical adapter. Whether it's a 30 to 50 or a 50 to 30, this will be such a good tool for you to have in your pocket when you're out there living on the road. The reason I say that is sometimes you'll get to campgrounds out on the road where they only have 30 amp, or maybe they'll only have a 50 amp side available. You want to make sure that you are prepared for anything that comes your way, and the fact that you're able to hook up and have electric running for that night. These things are very inexpensive, and you can find them on Amazon. Guys, check out these things, super easy to plug in. Make sure you have the electricity.
Item number 6, a dehumidifier. So I know what you're thinking, why would I need a dehumidifier? Well, let me tell you, when you start experiencing a little bit of cold temperatures, RVs can get very humid, and they also can produce a lot of condensation. If you have a lot of buildup of condensation in your RV because it's cold, you can run into the possibility of having mold. Whoa, not good. Even though you might not be winter camping, if the temperatures get cold enough, your RV will build up a lot of moisture. We just like to have it to run most days because you want to just make sure you're tackling that moisture problem any time of year. Number 7, headlamps. You don't want to be the happy camper that has to go outside to fix a problem at night and just keep smacking their head on everything. There is a lot of stuff you need to go outside and address at night, or maybe you guys got to a campground really late and you have to set up the whole campsite and it's dark. It's really awesome for everybody in your family, anybody who's setting up, to have one of these. We like to have these right by the door, hanging up, just in case we gotta go outside and fix a problem. Yes, it's nice to have your kids holding a flashlight for you, but when you could just throw this on your head and go outside and take care of your issues, it is super awesome.
All right, guys, item number 8, we're coming at you with sewer connections. Sometimes it's a little bit of a dirty job when you're out and about, getting ready to dump your tanks. You initially take off that sewer cap and you have some leftover residue that just starts dripping out. So what it does is it slips right over your dump connection, easy screw on process, and it provides you with a secondary valve. That way, when you initially disconnect and then put on your actual sewer connection, you're not having that residue dripping out until your sewer's all connected. You pull your secondary valve, and then guess what? No mess, no problem. Guys, it's super affordable. It's gonna save you so much of a hassle and mess. Take it upon yourselves when you're doing the dirty job. Get the clean tools, make it easy on yourself so it's an easier process.
Item number 9. Not sure where to hang that awesome headlamp up? Command hooks are the way to go. You probably saw in a previous video where we emphasized how great command hooks are. They are so great that I need to bring them up again. If you really want to save space when it comes to clothing in the RV, command hooks can go just about anywhere you can imagine. So it's a super easy installation, 3M tape, you stick to the wall, hook this to that, and then you can hang just about anything off of there. They make command hooks that are able to hold up to 5 or 8 pounds, but you can also buy smaller ones if you just want to hang some cooking utensils. We use our command hooks for hanging towels in the bathroom, hats in the bedroom, sweatshirts in the hallway. Command hooks are gonna be your best friend when it comes to saving space.
Last but not least, we got the X-Chocks, my favorite tool to use while on the road. Guys, in our previous video, we talked about how important it is to chalk your wheels, right? Well, given these, they actually sneak between your wheels, and then you can ratchet them, and they have an expansion system that really secure it in place so that your trailer stays stationary when you need it to the most. Guys, if you want a little more stability when you're out and actually camping, make sure you use these X-Chocks. They are a fantastic addition to your tools. You will not be disappointed. When you're out on the road and sometimes you don't have the best chalking system, the X-Chocks will make sure it gets the job done. I know, I sound like I'm on an infomercial, but these things are sweet. We'll throw a link in the description so you guys can make the judgment yourself. Check them out. Guys, you made it. You stuck through our 10 most valuable items.
Thank you guys for sticking it out. Like we were saying throughout the video, all the links to the items that you can get through Amazon will be in the description. So you have a quick access to purchasing these items, and that way you can have them super, super quick.
These things are key things that we always use, and we hope they can be a great addition into your RV traveling.
Now just know, we didn't buy all these items as soon as we decided to jump into the RV life. We accumulated all these things over the years. We just thought we'd give you a heads up on some of these items just in case you find a good deal on them. Of course, make sure you're spending your money wisely. Always look for who has the best deal on these items. Amazon is always the greatest because you can get these items in a short amount of time, and the prices are usually very good.
Guys, thank you so much for all your support. Continue to subscribe and like us. Follow us and hit that notification bell so you guys can have all the early details when we release a new video. We love you guys. It's HappilyEverHanks. We're checking out. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
It's so hard. We're HappilyEverHanks. Where'd my flower go?